This video is sponsored by Kempower.
Hey guys, and welcome to the brand new Volkswagen ID.7 Tourer. This is a very exciting car for a lot of people. We've already seen the fastback version, which is a large electric sedan or fastback from Volkswagen, but I think this one, the Tourer, is going to be one of the best-selling electric cars in Norway, maybe even Sweden, Denmark, in the Nordics, because we love station wagons, and finally we have a large station wagon that isn't an expensive premium product. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at this car on the exterior and on the interior and see if this is an electric car that you may want to look at closer once this hits the market.
Kempower offers some of the best DC fast chargers in the world with their unique, sleek, and modern load balancing charging satellites. The small satellites translates to spacious and airy charging locations. When you as a user roll up to a Kempower charging station, you don't have to think about connecting to a charger that delivers the correct speed for your car. The Kempower load balancing chargers automatically will allocate the correct power to your car, maximizing the charging speed for the whole site. When connected, Kempower chargers have a QR code you can scan, and this way you can easily monitor your charging session remotely regardless of payment method. This is just super cool. A huge thanks to my friends at Kempower in Finland for sponsoring this video.
Now let's start this video with the business end of the ID.7, because if you clicked on this video, this is most likely what you guys are most interested in. And yeah, it is a station wagon. I mean, it's nothing new. We've seen station wagons for a lot of time, or for a long time. But before we do that, I want to show you guys. Let's see if we can close it. Okay, we can stop it halfway and close it. I think the rear light bar design with the illuminated Volkswagen logo here, yeah, it looks pretty cool. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Do you like this new illuminated Volkswagen badge? I like it a lot. It also has a trailer hitch. I think this can also be stowed away when you're not using it. And then we have the trunk. So as configured with the seats in its backward position all the way back, this is 545 liters. But we're talking about the VDA measurement, and that is up to the belt line, or maybe this partial shelf here. And you know, these numbers, these VDA numbers, don't always represent the real world capacity, because this, compared to, for example, something like the Audi Q6 e-tron, which I saw in Germany a few weeks ago, this looks a lot bigger. And this is only about 20 liters bigger. It looks a lot bigger than 20 liters. So I think the real world usable capacity of this trunk is maybe, well, closer to something like an Audi Q8 e-tron than it is to a Audi Q6 e-tron. That's just to put that into perspective. It is really square, and you also have this room above the partial shelf where you can store stuff. If you move the rear seats all the way forward, you actually have 605 liters. So we'll test that once we get to the interior. It also looks like you could fold the seats from the rear here, which is very nice. They look to be mechanical latches, and then also here, the trailer hitch. Yeah. Oh, it's like this semi-electric, so you have to kick it in place. Was that kicked in place? Maybe. Okay. And then you can release it. Okay, that's pretty easy. That works really nicely. As a station wagon, as a practical car, I think this is what a lot of people have been waiting for. From this angle, this is where the ID.7 is the most familiar, because it is exactly the same as the fastback version we've already seen. It may not be the most attractive after looking at the rear, because I think, you know, the back end of this car actually is really cool, but it is nothing offensive, and it has this really cool light bar here that goes across the front. And also, I'm really liking this Volkswagen illuminated logo. I think it is more classy and a lot less cheesy than the cousin brand of this car. If you're thinking of like the Skoda Enyaq with the illuminated whole grille, yeah. That looks a little bit cheesy. I think this is a little bit more understated, a little bit more classy. And from the front, I think it's the least attractive part of this car, but it's not bad looking. This specific car we have here is Stonewash Blue, and this is also the exclusive trim level. So this is the Pro version, and then you have a Pro S that's coming later. So the Pro has a 77 kilowatt hour usable battery capacity, and is rear wheel drive. So you have that single electric motor with 286 horsepower with a WLTP rated range of 605 kilometers. But later we're going to have the Pro S with the 86 kilowatt hour battery pack. That's usable capacity with a targeted range of 700 kilometers with the rear wheel drive version. So this car here, the one we have here, starts at around 550,000 kroners here in Norway. But if you go for the exclusive with winter wheels here in Norway, then you basically have a fully spec'd car. It has navigation, it has a 360 camera, it has LED matrix headlights, it has the premium ergonomic seats with massage. Then you basically have all the bells and whistles. And I would highly recommend you guys to get this package because has like 100,000 kroners, so about 10,000 euros, bundled up with equipment for that 25,000 kroner price point. But you also get the navigation, and then you get preconditioning via navigation system or manual preconditioning. If you don't have navigation system, if you go for that base level version without the navigation, without optioning it, you're not going to have that preconditioning. And if you live in a cold climate like here in Norway or anywhere in Northern Europe, that is something I would highly recommend, because in the real world it is really effective and it is a really nice tool to have. So from this angle, I think the car is very attractive. It has, you know, that typical station wagon shape. So I really like it. It's a little bit taller because of the roof rails than the sedan, but I'm going to put the specs up now for you guys. But it's like almost 5 meters long, this car. So as I said, this is the exclusive trim level, and for that you get basically all the bells and whistles. The standard car gets this 15-inch infotainment system screen with the brand new Volkswagen UX. So the hardware is new, the software is new, and this is one of the best infotainment systems in the business, in my opinion. I made a whole bunch of videos on the ID.7 already. I'm going to link them down below. But you have things like, you know, the assistance systems that are now as a shortcut, and then you can turn them off. You know, lane keep assist, attention warning, warning systems, and also the speed limit warning. All of these which are mandatory in the EU from the summer of 2024. And what it says in the regulations is they have to reset every time you get in and out of the car. So having that as a shortcut and just being able to turn it off in like a few seconds is super, super awesome. That is so awesome. So the interior is the same as we have in the ID.7. This light colored interior with, you know, the microfiber cloth seats here is really nice. The steering wheel is the only part of this car which is leather. So everything you see here is like artificial leather. And I think the quality of materials in this car is really nice. The design may be simple, but the perceived quality in this car is actually pretty impressive for being this type of vehicle. And also there's a lot of room here in the front cabin. This is going to be the same as that fastback version of the ID.7. Here in the rear of the ID.7, it is like a limo. I mean, look at this legroom. This seat is, as you saw, sat to my driving position. I'm 5'10" or 178 centimeters, and I have plenty of room. Look at this knee room. I was just in Germany looking at the Audi Q6 e-tron, and this dwarfs that car when it comes to the trunk, when it comes to the rear seat capacity. So if you're looking at an SUV and you want something, you know, a little bit large, but maybe the Q6 e-tron is a little bit small for you, I would maybe look at this instead when the four-wheel drive version comes a little bit later this year, because I'm estimating it's going to be about 35,000 kroners more expensive than this car here. So we're talking about maybe 635,000 kroners for a fully spec four-wheel drive version with winter wheels here in Norway. So about, I don't know, 55 to 58,000 euros. I think at that price point, this is great value, especially considering how big it is. And you can also slide these seats forward. You're supposed to do? How do you do that? Men det noe håndtak her eller noe?
Nei, det bare ryggen.
Ja, det bare ryggen, ja.
Så hvis du feller ned den, så ta ut den.
Ja. Okay, da misforstod jeg. Okay, so I misspoke. You can't actually move the seats forward, which I thought you could in their presentation. You can only move the seat back. So the seat back is now in the most reclined position. Then the trunk is 545 liters, but you can have it in a more upright position. And then the trunk is 605 liters. So yeah, not a lot of gain, but you can have a little bit more room in the trunk if you want. But the trunk is really big. The back seats are really big. Yeah, this I think can be an impressive car for a lot of people at this price point. So there we go, guys. That was just a very quick and short presentation of the Volkswagen ID.7 Tourer on the exterior and on the interior. We have very limited time here at the Norwegian launch here at Møller Mobility Group in Oslo, but I'm really excited to get my hands on this car. I won't be able to get one before after the summer, maybe like late July or early August, but when I do, I think this is a car that may perform very well because the drag coefficient of the station wagon is 0.24 or 0.23 seat, I think, or 0.24 for this station wagon, which is very impressive considering that this shape really isn't that aerodynamic. So guys, let me know what you think about the Volkswagen ID.7 Tourer in the comment section down below. So I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.